Alright, well, it's time to begin again. There's the destination we're going to. And I'm all the way back here at the top corner again. Well, let's see how I do. Let's go here first. I've discovered a drifting corpse of a dead ship, forgotten for centuries. I board it and explore it with a small flashlight. I find floating bodies of long dead alien creatures, but they crumble to dust when I cast my flashlight beam over them. Horrifying, horrifying. Suddenly, I hear a cracking sound ahead. I look down the corridor and see flashes of light. Explore. I'm terrified. I creep up the dark and narrow corridor until I discover the source of the flashes. An old computer, barely in working order. Impressive considering how old everything is in here. In the data, I find blueprints for an ancient device. The tomb raid has turned quite profitable after all. Hey, cool, we found a superconductor. Alright, so superconductor is something built with W. This system requires shield generator to function. It uses a cold space to convert the shield structure into a superconducting material, preventing all damage via a ceaseless alternating magnetic field. So awesome. Upgrades to distance some more. So, I've actually had some thoughts about playing this game, and I want to just throw it out here that this is a very luck-based roguelike, where it really comes down to how lucky you are in like what you're doing for this game, and how you play it. If you're really lucky, you'll do well. If you're not so lucky, you won't do well. And that's really all there is to say about this, like, you know, game, in some ways. Hey, cool, I picked up some hydrogen and helium. Pick up that stuff. Let's just go 1-1-1. And yes, it's a good old 1-1-1. Until I fill it up. Nothing left to drill, but whatever. I got plenty of hydrogen for my troubles. Alright, well there we go. There's some fuel. Let's go here next. I'll land. Don't find anything. That sucks, but oh well. I got plenty of space for stuff, but well, I suppose I don't have to do anything now. Let's just drill. There's some iron. I'm good for getting lots of iron right now. Hey, some HF. I don't need it for anything, but there's some HF. It seems like it's always a good idea to drill twice for some reason in this game. I'm not sure if it's intentional like that or, you know, why, but whatever. It's just good to drill twice. There's a couple stacks of iron, some helium, some hydrogen, some oxygen. I'm pretty good to go. Let's take off. Now on to the next sector. A space battle! Well, at least I think it was a battle. Hundreds of ships were towing asteroids in small moves and hurling them at our ships, smashing them into pieces. Not as precise as sci-fi lasers, but effective nonetheless. I hid in the rings on a nearby planet and waited for the battle to cool down. I spent a few days in the shadows salvaging what I could and fixing the hull. So excellent, I fixed my hull a little bit. Good events are good. And you know, that's something to say about the events. The events, the luck, and everything else in this game, they really influence, like, you know, a lot of, like, the luck factor in this game. If the events were as, like, you know, as bad as they were, and if, like, you know, it wasn't so luck-based on what you had to find, this would be, like, you know, a fairly interesting game. So I think, like, the luck is, like, a bad factor to, like, playing it. It, like, you know, puts a hamper on playing it. Basically, with the luck in this game, when you try and do something, it's, like, very luck-based what you're gonna get. And that sort of, like, takes away from the fun of playing the game, I think. Let's just put some hydrogen here. Let's fix up my hull a little bit as well. Okay, let's probe 6 deep. That's fine. There's some hydrogen for my trouble. There's a lot to like about this game, but there's also a lot to hate, I think. Like, doing this, for example, is a fairly hateful thing. They should just have it, like, you know, you have like an initial thing where, like, you get what you can, and then after that, you don't get anything. Or just have a cap on the amount of times you can probe a planet for stuff. But I want to say, this is a very interesting concept for a game. I really do like this concept for, like, you know, what I'm playing here. Where, like, I have to find dead languages of, like, the alien languages of the aliens. You know, acquire dead ships and stuff that you can, like, basically take over and do stuff with. Alright, I want to fix the hull a little bit and drill. Hey, I found some W. There's more W. Alright, I'm good for finding free W. That means I can build my thing if I want to. If I just... There's nothing left to drill. Oh well, I got what I wanted. More or less. By the way, I think something I know about the game is the ships that you pilot, the more like bigger the ships are, I think the more fuel they take to move around. So you really need to find like the fuel techs basically to help out with like moving around at some point. Because you get like past these little sectors, like, you know, that are so close together, you get like the fire and fire distances that, like, you know, really hamper you as you go along. There's a long, thin, abandoned ship here. I board it and look around. The ship has a crystalline bay that's collecting the light from a nearby star. The light is refracted by crystalline condensed into a single powerful ray that passes through a mysterious lens. Clearly a marvel of technology. The words Hefril Ismail are written below the lens. I'm quite tempted to steal that lens, but I hesitate. The crystals are very delicate in range. Any blunder on my part could have devastating consequences. Let's take it. I grab the lens. Suddenly the air hums and beams of hot light pepper to the ground. A dodge as a powerful ray slices overhead and nearly cuts the abandoned ship in half. I run back to my ship, but the beam follows me. I strap in and activate thrusters, and then the beam starts cutting through my hull. I escape barely. I consider the lens safe from my cargo hold. Here's hoping it's worth the risk. So I took some damage there to learn gravitational lens. That's nice. And I learned def. Alright, so there's a gravitational lens. It needs gold to make. This is an upgrade to the telescope. It acquires multiple images of stellar bodies and compares the differences, thus discovering additional orbital objects that would otherwise be hidden. Awesome. So I discovered stuff. Alright, we got ourselves a gas plant here. I'll just jump here, I think. We'll maybe use up a little bit of iron to repair my hull. I'll do it fully. Might as well. Make more space. Alright, let's go probe. 6 deep. Not the greatest find, 13 hydrogen, but whatever. Let's get what fuel I can. Alright, well that's done. I've managed to produce a few dozen graphite plates. I will write my name and my story on them using as few words as possible. They are very hard to engrave. I have to use a powerful laser. I will give them as gift to aliens I meet, or leave them in special places on empty planets. Who knows, maybe humans will track my course someday. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Let's use that stuff up. Gas giant, gas giant, gas giant. Well, I wouldn't mind getting more fuel, I guess, so... I guess we'll go to one of the gas giants to look for some helium, perhaps? It hurts a lot going to these places, right? So I have to be very careful, but whatever. There's some hydrogen. More hydrogen. Do. The probing idea is interesting, but it should be fleshed out, I think, a lot more than what it is. Because, you know, I'm basically doing just like, you know, sort of grind thing whenever I get 2 planets now. Because it's somewhere, it's very effective, basically, what I'm doing. And we'll use that fuel up. I've already damaged my hull, so let's just move on to the next sector, I think. I lie on the ground and wait for the space flow to finish this work. I am one with the ship, like material mass vibrating in the void. Someday the ship will pilot me. Alright, let's drop down to the rocky planet, I guess. Alright, that sound. I think that means that sound goes off whenever I'm starting to like see like bad things happen on my ship. Like sometimes I hear like a sound that lets me know that I'm getting hurt here for some reason. Use up my oxygen a little bit, I guess. Let's use up some fuel. Maybe some iron. And let's mine. Ooh, that's a crappy find. There's some more HF. Well, that's all I'm gonna get from here, I guess. That's fine. I need to come here for ship repairs, more or less, so it's all okay. Let's go to the gas giant here. I'll probe 6 deep. Hey, look at hydrogen. I can make use of this stuff. Ouch, I'm getting much less returns already. Do. Nothing left. You know, it'd be nice if I found a garden plant because my oxygen is running low. I sometimes wonder if I'm the threat to my own race. What if aliens looking for resources somehow follow me back to Earth? I must understand what's at stake here. It's important as getting it back home. Finally, I found a garden plant. Awesome. I'll go there in a bit, but let's go back to one of these other plants here first. Let's see here. I want to go maybe to the gas giant first to gas up. Oh god, 46 damage to the hull? That's just painful. Well, let's gas up. Ah, helium. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, the third time you probe is always going to be like really reduced, so grab what you can on the first 2 goes if possible. Let's go here. We'll use that up a little bit. I got plenty of helium to basically fuel up with, that's cool. Let's drill 6. There's some iron. There's some HF for my trouble. Alright, nope, not gonna really get anything good for here, so let's just heal up my hull a little bit. Heal up some more. Now let's go breathe up some air, because you know I love my air. Ah, fresh air. Alright, so, the alien places something on the ground and runs away. We got some Omega! So, evil Omega. I'm good for that stuff. Omega, other stuff. Let's drill. Oxygen, awesome. Take some oxygen for my travel. I think like any ships that has like low, what you call it, that I got. Anything with low ecosystem, you'll have a little bit of oxygen to basically do stuff with. But other than that, you want to focus on your fuel more or less of the time. Resistance is also pretty important. If you have good resistance, you can like forego having iron repair your ship and such. Let's take off. I think the biggest shortcoming of this game is the fact that they have way too much reliance on fuel for stuff. Here's a black hole. Nothing here. Wow, 2 black holes in a row. Goes your old dwarf. I noticed a small leak in this liquid nitrogen line. To clarify, I noticed it too late. Nothing much to worry about actually, but the intense cold weakened the hull as the site, and I need to fix it. Ouch, I hurt my hull a little bit. Alright, well, let's use up some of my helium, I guess. There's some fuel used, but whatever. That's fine. We'll land here. I'm not finding a whole lot of technologies on this run, which is a bit of a nuisance, but whatever. Sometimes you find technology, sometimes you don't. Heal up my hull a little bit with iron, and then we'll drill away, I think. Hey, W! Boom! I love finding W. Okay, that's good enough for now. I'll hold off and use my iron, I guess, for now, and we'll keep it for a moment. Let's take off. Let's go here. Thermal contractions and expansions have cracked the oxygen line. It took me a few long minutes to repair it, during which I was in total panic. Now there's a big white cloud behind my ship, and not much left to breathe. Just another day in space. Ouch, I lost oxygen. Alright, of these planets, I probably want to go to here first. Wow, I damaged my hull a lot there. Use up that a little bit. Let's use up a little bit of hydrogen here, I guess. And helium. There we go. There's some good fuel to basically make use of. Probe! 6 deep. Only gonna find hydrogen here, apparently. Let's grab all the hydrogen I can. Well, that's done. Let's go to this rocky planet next, I guess. I still haven't found anything of use on these planets, which is a bit of an issue, but whatever. That happens. Heal up a little bit of that. Well, I'm not going to run out of W anytime soon. I've got plenty of W. Well, where to go next, I guess? Over here, perhaps? The ship experienced a power surge during the last jump or something like that anyway. It knocked the space polar out of order. Sure hope I have enough raw materials to fix it. Ouch. Well, repair that right now. I need to have that, you know, for obvious reasons. I don't think I need to go to the garden plant yet, so let's go here to this rocky planet first. I'll land. I'll use up a little bit of the hydrogen, I guess. That'll help me out a little bit here, so... we'll drill a little bit. There's some platinum. I wouldn't mind having a platinum. Let's do this right now. Actually, you know what? I don't need the oxygen so much, because I'm about to make it to a planet where, you know, I can just land. So let's do this. I'll take off. I'll go here. Oh, okay, so air please. It might have been a good idea to keep that oxygen, we'll see, because I might be screwing myself here. It doesn't take any oxygen to land, I guess, that's good. Alright, well, briefly atmosphere refuels my ship, I encounter life. Alright, so blah 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 death, blah blah blah. Let's disprove. Alright, it wants something from my cargo. Let's give him some HF. You know, that's my gift, cool. So, God Technology, Hafnium. I learned Death Seed, and that's cool. We learned Death Seed. Maybe I'll find out what Death Seed's all about. My fuel's really going critical at this point. Let's use up my hydrogen here a little bit. Maybe I'll use up the Omega. I can build Death Seed if I get the other stuff here, but we're not going to worry about the Death Seed for a long, long time anyway, so it's fine. There's some copper and oxygen. I'll take that stuff around for now. It'd be nice if I found some ships to actually pilot, but whatever. My sensors detect something floating in the star's upper atmosphere, a signal buoy, a space station that lost its orbit. What's puzzling is that it has a sort of net shape. I could catch it by rocketing over the star's corona, but it wouldn't be without risk. The fire of the star is a deadly one. Try and grab it. I take advantage of the star's gravity to achieve a risky downward spiraling course. My velocity increases until the G-forces threaten to incapacitate me, but I hold fast and barely nab the strange device mere seconds before I would have fallen too far. I rocket back upwards, buffeting by a racing firestorm. This thing and bear have been worth the trouble. Hey, I got the Ultra Probe! Ultra Probe, that's awesome to get. Well, I really need to get myself some hydrogen or something. Let's go to this gas giant. That was painful. I'll use up some iron here. I'm tempted to use up the helium right now, but... let's just probe 6 deep. Alright, it's not worth being here at all. I'll get a little bit of fuel for my trouble, and that'll be it. That's unfortunate. That was not worth the trip. A fascinating, memorizing spectacle of metallic flower, A fascinating, memorizing spectacle. A metallic flower repeatedly folds and unfolds in its fractal petals. From a distance, I can see the petals separate into millions of smaller petals. I think if I get closer, I'll see those millions of other petals divided into millions more. At its core, I see carcasses of empty spaceships. The flower seems to slowly digest them. Examine the ships. I'm getting close to the core of the flower and notice the petals closing behind me. This flower is a trap, and all these ancient ships are just its prey. I quickly turn around and at full speed dash towards the narrowing exit. My hull creaks, torn by razor-sharp pillow edges, but make it out. The space traps. As if space is not dangerous enough already. Ouch, I lost fuel and hull. I really can't be affording to lose my fuel, of all things. I wish I had some silicon. I could make an ultra probe, but oh well. Let's go here. That hurt my hull a lot coming here, but whatever. Let's use this up, and then let's hope we get some helium here or something. Ow! This hydrant again. This is gonna be a really funny episode if I don't find a different ship to pilot. I'm gonna risk going here. Oh good, didn't take too much hull damage. That's awesome. There we go, I got some hydrogen there. Damn it. Another bad gas giant. Alright, well, that's painful. I would go to these rocky planets, but I need to go to, somewhere else, because at this point, I'm running out of fuel. I don't have a whole lot of, like, hull. I need to find our ship at this point. Really, really fast. So, here's a white plastic sphere. It has a strange symbol resembling a black bird with its wings spread out. This sphere floats in space and is a lot smaller than my ship. It has an opening, but it's securely shut. I wonder what's inside. Throw it into a gaseous planet? Let's see if I can, if it can withstand the pressure. With a cable, I tie it to my ship and pull it to the gas giant, intensely pressure in the upper layers of the gas giant. I'm going to split the sphere open like an egg, releasing containers of different materials. I can use my probe to recover some of them. Wow, I just got helium, iron, oxygen, and hafnium. Hopefully I got all that stuff. Well, let's just use this for now. Use this up for now. Of course, I'm in a sector with nothing in it. Oh well. At least I got some helium out of that event, so I'm okay with that. That's a black hole. Red giant. Red giant. Hey, we found this thing. It's cool I found it, but I'm not sure I'm going to find anything else besides it. It's always so far away, these destinations, but whatever. I've only got like a little distance here. Rocky, rocky, rocky. Not what I need. Let's go there, I guess, the red giant. I will return to Earth and be hailed as a hero. I will. Oh, look at that, an abandoned ship. Just what I need to find, an abandoned ship. Well, it's the Crescent. Excellent. Oh, great. Take over the ship. Alright, let's break down my stuff in here. Even though the Crescent has much less space than my other ship, it's still much better than, like, the starting ship, for so many reasons. I apparently started out with something new. The Void Fluctuation Protector. This unbelievable device guarantees virtual particles out of the quantum void to instantly shield the vessel against all damage. It requires the shield damage to work. Alright, so here's something to note about this ship. Basically, this is getting resistance from, like, the the shield generator and like this thing here. I wonder if I really need this stuff, or if I can maybe like, you know, do without it perhaps. And there's also a ship that requires silicon to basically power up, which is cool. I don't need the oxygen anymore, which is awesome. Let's take the silicon, the iron. I just see if I can build stuff. I could build an ultra probe, but I've already got an ultra probe over here. I could build a telescope. A telescope might be useful. There's also the gravitational well generator, which basically lets me move around faster. Yeah, it works as a space folder. I'll need a gravitational well at some point, but I think I can hold off and worry about that for a little bit. And there's this thing. I'm going to build myself a telescope here. We'll have that built. I guess I'll keep the W around, and maybe I'll take around some of the PT. I'm gonna need to have space for fuel, but I guess I'll worry about that when I get around somewhere else. Or maybe I'll build the superconductor here. Here's the thing, I could have, like, you know, this here, but it's going to take up space basically having this thing. I think that'll give me more resistance, is what the shield generator is all about, if I have that much, like, you know, stuff. Well, whatever, I got a better ship, and I'm happy to have it. Let's go explore the rest of these planets, I guess. I'll orbit here, I'll land. Encounter life. Crap, it gave me Omega, but I don't have any way to pick it up. You know, I wish that you could, like, you know, transfer your stuff in, like, you know, after probing or picking up stuff like that, but whatever. It all depends if I have space or not for a lot of stuff. You know, it's definitely I really can afford to drill here. Sometimes it's better not to drill, I guess. I'll land, I'll take off. You know, I might ditch this platinum. I'll come here. Here's the thing. I want the iron in case I need repairs, I guess. It's always good to have some iron for repairs. But if I pick up any helium, which is probably going to happen, I won't have a lot of space for it. What we're going to do at this point, I think... It's cool having, like, you know, the, like, additional shield property stuff, but I'm thinking about dismantling them. Well, I can build this myself, so I can dismantle this. We'll drop that. I got an ultra probe. It really does give you a lot more for your bang when you have an ultra probe, I guess. So it is worth having. Alright, nothing left to grill. Let's just use up my hydrant here to fuel up a little bit. And, I don't know, maybe I'll go back up a little bit. That'd be pretty costly in fuel, but I can go around this area over here, I guess. Alright, here's the thing. Can I make the jumps over here? I just realized this, but this doesn't have a space folder in this craft. There's no space folder in this craft. Alright, space folder is required, so I'll pick it up. Alright, this might be really painful using this craft. Let's go up here. My path crossed the most curious comet, idling on a large orbit. A teeny ice ball still waiting for me. It took me a while, but I managed to fill up my tanks with air and oxygen. Cool. Alright, my progress is saved at this point. I think it's been a very good, you know, initial run for this ship. We'll see how far I get with it, but for now, we're done. And I'll see you guys next time.